Welcome to LC Africa, the Content Factory. We are here at Chibuloka in Nansana, opposite KFC. That is where we stream live from. That is where our home base is. And we are yet again welcoming you to this episode of the Rwenzori Focus. Today we have decided to return to our normal time of the program that runs 8 to 10 p.m. We thank UEDCL for rectifying the issue for outage. And now we can report that in Nansana we have stable power supply. But before we start, let us first go into a commercial break. Maganjo grain millers feeding nations, and then we shall be right back and introduce the guests we have tonight.
Mu mutima gwa Uganda mulimu ekimera eky'enjawulo era nga kijiddwamu omutindo ogusukkulumye. Engano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko, owoomerwe ne famiri yo ne ku mikolo gyo. Yimusa omutindo gw'enfumba yo, oyimusa essanyu lyo nga okozesa engano ya jiko. Ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Engano ya jiko evaamu ebyokulya ebiwooma nga byagalwa, woomerwa akaseera konna nga okozesa engano ya jiko. Maganjo grain millers, feeding nations.
The best quality wheat products in Uganda and across the world is got from Maganjo, feeding nations. Now, tonight we are hosting Honorable Christopher Taban Mbalibula, MP, Bwendera County in Bundivujo district. He likes it when we say Bwendera district.
Correct.
But it's not yet one. And then for the first time we are hosting the woman MP for Kasese district, the first NRM woman MP for over 20 years since we had one, and she is here, Honorable Masereka Sarah Itungu Baleke. I have tried to confuse the names, but you remain Sarah Itungu Baleke. It's nice having you, Honorable.
Thank you.
Can you say a hello to our viewers?
Good evening, viewers. I hope everyone is well. My name is Sarah Itungu, like I've been introduced, commonly called the Mountain Girl back home, and I am very pleased to be here. Thank you for hosting.
Welcome. Honorable Christopher.
Good evening, Love Channel Africa. Good evening, our dear viewers and listeners, especially of Bwendera and Bundivujo district. I'm happy to be here again.
Well, we welcome you back. Last week has been a marathon of events. We had the election of the speaker, which two of you took part. How did the process go? It's the first time I'm hosting you for the first time since you elected the new speaker. I will start with the Honorable Christopher. Yes, we haven't had any show. We went into an election which was quite confusing. Many of us thought that Triple A would bounce back. And unfortunately, she didn't even be on the ballot. Were you surprised by such a turnaround?
Thank you so much. Indeed, for the last 2 weeks or so,
yeah,
we have had a lot of activities. We have been busy. We have been engaged in Kampala in our parliamentary work. First of all, it was the swearing in of the president, from the swearing in of the president, swearing in of members of parliament, from the swearing in of members of parliament, then the election of a new speaker for the 12th parliament, which went smoothly and peacefully, and I think parliament has elected our choice. We have our choice, who's the right honorable Obothi. And I think it's good.
The president said the 15.
Then the Honorable Tayebwa from Umitoma, and I think they will do a great job.
The president said, I was there, he said that the 15 votes that Honorable Norbert Mao got were votes for NRM because they were partners, they were collaborators for NRM. Did you happen to vote for Honorable Norbert Mao, or it was secret ballot? You want to keep it to yourself?
I thought you knew that I belong to NRM.
But DP has only 6 people and they got 15.
I belong to NRM, and prior to the election of the speaker, we had a caucus where we were directed, we were whipped. In the parties, they say whipping. When you get directives from your party president, after consulting several organs of the party. And if you are an obedient and a loyal party member, you don't have to go contrary to the directives of the party chairman. The memorandum, the cooperation between. But is it between NRM and DP or between the president and Mao?
Well, the one that was between NRM and DP expired. Expired on 11th of May.
Which was between
NRM and DP. Expired in the 11th of May.
Expired.
So there's
no way how I would have cast my vote behind a DP, but it was also Mao a DP candidate. Their cooperation and understanding is really confusing. So for me, I went with the party position of electing the speaker. That is both Jacob and Timothy Tayebwa. And I have hope, and I think they will do a good job. They will not drag some of us who have kept clean in the politics of this country for the last, how many years? Tungu was a very young girl. She cannot even remember when he came to Parliament. For some of us who have kept our name clean for so many years. Let me hope the new administration at Parliament will not drag some of us into what we have been hearing. What we have been hearing in the 11th Parliament.
Well, Honorable Sarah, you are entering into a new dawn of a new speaker. Some of you are new to the parliamentary building. You are there for the first time. He has been there 4 times, and he has experienced several speakers. But for you, you're going to experience one under the leadership of OO and TT. With the induction that you had for 3 days, how are you trying to cope up with the environment at Parliament Avenue?
Thank you, Hason. You're telling me I'm experiencing the first speaker, but I want to tell you that the speaker is not only for members of Parliament, but is a speaker for the entire Uganda. That means I've experienced other speakers prior to Oboth
but not
and
in the building.
Titi. Now that I'm in the building, one of the things that you have to understand is that as the party of the NRM, we have a caucus and we make agreements. We agree to what we are going to do. So our speakers from the party are those 2, OO and TT. That is what we agreed upon. And I'm going to tell you that we are going to work as a team so that we don't have what the president said, no sleep, Chisanja, no sleep.
Chisanja hakuna kulala.
Chisanja, no corruption. So the best thing for us to deliver on is that issue of no corruption, such that the country moves on well, implementations of projects are done timely and well, without resources being pulled elsewhere, but towards and geared towards the implementation of that specific project and program.
Well, as we come to the main topic today, I want us to first exhaust the Parliament business. Honorable Chibanzanga, for a very long time, for the first time, Parliament was cited as a crime scene. As you start this 12th Parliament, what rings into your mind with the new Parliament leadership and also coming out from a situation where it was cited as a crime scene? And the president several has said Parliament is a bedrock of corruption.
Definitely, although I was out of direct politics for the last 5 years, but I was hearing and monitoring. Yes, Parliament was described as a den of corrupt individuals. And I think even before this 11th Parliament, some members of Parliament were arrested on corrupt charges.
About the issue.
They were arrested actually, some members of parliament. The Mabati, yes, the Mabati issue, and also money from agencies of the state, from the ministries. As I returned to parliament, I was very much worried to how I was going to conduct myself in a parliament which was really described as the most corrupt. I was sympathizing with myself. I was sympathizing with the seasoned leaders like Honorable Crispus Chionga. I was sympathizing with Fred Ruhinda. I was sympathizing with the seasoned politicians returned to the house. Those who have kept the dignity and high moral standards of this country, in fact, the cream of NRM, returned to the house. I was sympathizing with ourselves. How are we going to belong to a house that's already described as corrupt? And it wasn't only a rumor, because people were arrested. Members of parliament were arrested in the Bapata saga. Members of parliament were arrested in the corrupt tendencies, siphoning money from ministries, from the Ministry of Finance. But thank God, the mountain is poor. Said Chimanzanga and Itungu and the Honorable Chionga and others from the mountain, you will not belong to a corrupt. In fact, before sharing in, by God's grace, there will be a cleanup. And all of a sudden,
So the cleanup took place.
all of a sudden, we saw a cleanup. All of a sudden, new administration. And all of a sudden, we are facing a new administration in that house. And therefore, I am very, very comfortable. Because the corruption cases were really glaring. People were no longer hiding. They were doing it in the open. In parliament, there was a turned in the ground for... let me not say that. But I am happy that I'm belonging to a new administration, and my hope is they will do a good job and they will not drag the whole institution. You know, in that institution, there is collective guilty or collective something. The moment they say parliament is guilty of 1, 2, 3, even an individual who is still clean and smart, now on the streets they say corrupt people.
As we come to the conclusion of this Chigulaluji, because I want us to first summarize these few issues. Same week after the election of the speaker, 2 days after President Museveni released his cabinet, and I want to look into the focus of Rwenzori, the national cake, where we got only 3 ministers, compared to other sub-regions that got 7, 6, 5. In as much as we must not complain, do you look satisfied with the list that was released by the president?
Okay, let me take this opportunity really to thank the president for having thought of Rwenzori. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate it. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate our colleagues who were really appointed. Honorable Crispus Chionga, Honorable Mbadi Wilson, and my sister Harriet Ndabazi. I really congratulate them. And I have faith and hope that they will do a good job. Honorable Chionga, it's not his first time. He's a senior person.
He was in cabinet for 30 years before he was out.
He has been in cabinet for quite a long time. There is no doubt he's going to do a good job. Honorable Mbadi Wilson has been in the government since he left school as an army officer. And he spent a lot of time with President Museveni as an, you call them what, ADC. And Ndabazi also is not new. Ndabazi was in the cabinet before. So they are going to do a good job. You were talking of a national cake. Me, I don't look at a national cake in terms of appointments. I look at the national cake. I look at it in terms of how have we received the services? How have you delivered the needed services to our people? I am convinced and I am so sure that the position which they have given to Honorable Crispus Chionga, the second deputy what?
Second deputy prime minister.
Second deputy premier minister if Chionga managed to deliver as a minister, he was in so many ministries. But now he's second and lead of government and business.
In parliament.
In the parliament. Resources allowing, Chionga can transform the entire Rwenzori because he knows it better. He knows it better. With our help as members of parliament, with the help of local governments, I have no doubt that Chionga will deliver.
One of the issues
supported by other MPs.
In addition to that issue about Rwenzori, we have not had a prime minister in the entire political realm of Uganda.
Since independence.
So we are very excited that having a prime minister, that is a very key position, which we shall utilize as members of parliament to tap into government business, to tap into all those projects such that Rwenzori gets to feed into the national, to get from the national cake. Also, having ministers alone is not the issue of saying that we're sharing the national cake. Committees are very key. That is where most of the business is done. So when we have MPs vibrantly being active in the committees, bringing out issues of Rwenzori.
On that Honorable Sarah, last term that has just ended, we never had any chairperson of a committee or a vice chairperson. So it's upon you now, the new breed, to see that you fill that gap. You can
shall fill the gap. We already have some of our MPs who want to vie for the chairpersonship of the committees, and we are praying hard for them. When the interest, when the time for expression of interest comes and they express their interest, we shall back them up as people from Rwenzori. We hope, and given their expertise, for example, Dr. Rude, who is interested in the health committee, he has a lot of expertise, and even he's an Ebola survivor, by the way. So he has a lot of expertise in the health sector. If he comes up to chair the health committee, I will definitely be there to support him. Personally, I want to be a part of the budget committee and also the National Economy Committee, because I feel I should add value. I should add value.
Committee as the chairperson or as the vice chairperson?
No, about the leadership of committees, given that I am already vying for the vice chairperson of the NRM, the NRM caucus. Yeah, parliamentary caucus. When it comes to the committees, I am going to be a member of the committee so that I discuss well in those committees. So I don't want to be everywhere.
Well,
you have to know your niche. You have to know where you can do best, such that you be productive in that area.
Well, now we get to our main topic of today. We are speaking matters related to Ebola. We want to look at the spread, the prevention, and how we can sensitize our communities to avoid putting it in fact that most of us come from the borderline districts with Congo, which has several cases, and Ebola is ravaging Eastern Congo. Now, just like 2021, when leadership started of 11th Parliament, they had coronavirus. Now in the 12th Parliament, we're having to deal with the spread of Ebola. As leaders coming from Bundibujo and Kasese, well, how are you planning to sensitize your communities? One, to see that you prevent, and also put the directives of Ministry of Health into action. You know, they have banned several things, concerts, very many things have been put at halt. Honorable Chibanzanga, are you, as a person who comes from Bundibujo, where the disease in the whole world originated from, because it is called Ebola Bundibujo,
which has no
we have had the Western media try to paint a picture that Uganda is having so many cases, which actually isn't true.
Thank you.
Those watching LC Africa, you can only get the rightful information on this very channel. I can report that there are only 15 cases that have been confirmed yet. And so those watching Western media should not be misinformed. Start from there, Honorable.
Thank you so much, Luobe Channel Africa. It's very unfortunate that we border Congo.
Is that being unfortunate?
Very much unfortunate.
It has advantages and disadvantages.
The entire of Eastern Congo, almost there is no existing authority. There is no government. And as they describe this Ebola as Bundubujo, even by the other time, I don't know.
That was 2007.
2007. It was, Ebola did not originate from Bundubujo, it came from Congo. Even right now, as we continue monitoring, we understand it has come from Congo. And it is very unfortunate that Congo is a sick man's bay. Anything can happen across the board because there's no existing authority. But of course, we have faith, first of all, in our leadership, in the president. We have faith in the Minister of Health. And it is very unfortunate that they use our honesty. Because President Museveni has been honest when it comes to
disease control.
Disease control. And then the international community use it to stigmatize Uganda. But the only way to deal with a pandemic like COVID-19, like Ebola and HIV is to be open. What we are asking our communities really to take the SOP very seriously. SOP is standard operation procedures. We understand Ebola is not airborne.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like COVID-19. And therefore, you can control and prevent Ebola by sticking it to SOP as given by the Ministry of Health. Ebola spreads through BBC, body-to-body contact. So if you can avoid shaking hands, if you can avoid embracing people, if you can keep distance, if you can keep away from areas of concentration. What are the areas of concentration? Schools, funerals, Wakonzo like funerals. They can even be there for 1 week.
I saw when they were like
Funerals,
fighting for a body.
church, mosques, and what else? Weddings, parties, birthday parties. These days, even a child who's not yet born, there is a party, you call it what, Sarah? Sarah must be knowing. Those they are.
Baby shower.
Those baby showers. If you can avoid those gatherings, and then make sure that you sanitize, you wash your hands, you report any fever, any slightest detection of fever, report to the health worker. Any visitor from suspected areas like Congo, please report to either to police. You can also report to police. You can report to the health workers, and then take, how do you call this machine?
The temperature, thermometer.
Temperature gun.
Those temperature guns, they can be on border points. We can be able to control the spread of Ebola. So we are asking our people very seriously to take the SOPs very seriously as given by the Ministry of Health. And since it is not the first time, we have faith and we hope the Ministry of Health really will handle so long as our people can stick to the SOPs as given to us by the Ministry of Health under the President. And I think today the President is addressing the nation.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. So people should listen to the President. He has the expertise supported by experts from the Ministry of Health. We can be able to control this disease.
Well, Honorable, as I come to you, Honorable Sarah, are you worried of the porous border in Bundubujo, where unverified people...
That is why I told you that it is very unfortunate to neighbor a country like Congo. and Somalia.
But
and a country like Congo, which is a
they are kinsmen of yours in Eastern Congo.
It's a porous border indeed. Because if you look at, let us see, Ndoroko, stretching from Ndoroko up to Mali in the mountain is a borderline. And there is no entry.
There's no custom there.
Nothing. And to make matters worse, these are the same communities on this side, on the other side. To make matters worse, our people even continue crossing for agricultural activities. Market. When you come to Kasese, stretching from where now? From
now in Kasese,
the whole borderline is stretch from Katwe, Kayansi.
Now in Kasese, they closed the market. Across in Congo, the market was open.
They are continuing. That's why I said it is very unfortunate to border. So they say failed state.
The Congolese are watching our channel. Honorable Sarah, now, Honorable Sarah, you come from Kasese. And there was, I think, a committee that was put up together to fight Ebola in Kasese. I want you to first tell us how you are in touch with the local authorities and how you're trying to sensitize the communities.
Thank you very much. I want to applaud the team in Kasese, both the security team and the health team, on what they are doing. You see, in the district of Kasese, from Chitolo up to Katwe, it's about a stretch of 60 kilometers for the porous border. That means anything can happen at that material time. But I want to say thank you so much to the team in Kasese. One of the things they have done is to ensure that the market on the side of Kasese, the side of the border, is closed, such that there is no interaction between the people coming from Congo and those of Uganda. So at least that we have safety. For the school-going children, the ones that come from Congo to study in Uganda, they have ensured that those should not cross again, but they have given them an opportunity that whoever has a family in the border side of Uganda should stay around with their family members so that they can access education. This is preventing our pupils, our children, from getting Ebola. It is very, very good. They are encouraging our communities to wash their hands. That is every point where there are so many people, there should be sanitizer, there should be water and washing of hands. And encouraging everyone not to be like touch, even kissing. People should avoid kissing all this time. You are
now what of married people now?
Married people should also avoid.
They should
abstain from sex now.
Yes.
From BBC,
now you are talking about 2007. 2007.
There is parental guidance on this show. You can.
Yes.
Now what of the married people now?
Education in schools now, so we cannot fear talking about sex and kissing, because now why should people go kissing and then they get Ebola? Because it's fluid.
What if a person has bathed thoroughly with soap and then has sanitized? Panange, what is wrong with having?
So how is sanitizing your mouth? You know, sanitizing your mouth. Oh, okay. Getting back to 2007, when we first had the first hitch
and the other
of Ebola.
Was
fortunately, I had just completed my university and I had my first job as a banker, and I was doing cash. So when Ebola came, I was really in the till and receiving monies. At first, I was very scared, but we were told to put on gloves. Now, when you put on gloves, the same way of touching money and touching your body. So it was not even working. So I think some things, it's by the grace of God that we survive. There are some things that is by the grace of God. Or there are some people who may not get that virus. Maybe they are anti the Ebola virus. So we shall continue sensitizing our people in Kasese district.
In Rwenzori?
And in the Rwenzori region. And I have seen Honorable Chivanzanga's flyer sensitizing people. I must thank him for that. Because this Ebola, they are saying...
He made a flyer sensitizing people?
Yes.
Oh,
this
wow.
Ebola they're saying is the Bundibujo type. And
That's
when
not the
Well,
strain
under
we have.
fairness, they should
Yeah,
be the Congo
World
Ebola.
Health
Is there a
Organization
Congo Ebola?
named it Bundibujo Ebola.
Yes. And when I was
Since
talking
2007.
to one of the experts of the Ebola,
That's why he fights to have Wendera district.
Dr. Mande Julius, he told me most of the viruses of Ebola, they have been able to get the vaccine, except for
This one,
the
this current
Bundibujo
strain.
The
strain.
Bundibujo Ebola.
Bundibujo Ebola. So we are praying that our scientists out there in the world, in Uganda and everywhere, please work hard to ensure that the Bundibujo strain, the Bundibujo type of Ebola also gets a vaccine, such that whenever it comes from Congo, because it doesn't come from within, it always comes from Congo. Our people are already vaccinated and we move on with business as usual. As you can see now, we were all vaccinated for COVID, and whenever the scare comes, at least people don't fall so sick and they die. At least people who get COVID are treated in time. So when we get that vaccine, I'm very sure that we shall not get so many scares of Ebola.
Well, Honorable, as we are near going into a short commercial break, most times Parliament, whenever there is an epidemic like this one of Ebola, during COVID-19, Parliament, MPs awarded themselves 29 million shillings for sensitization. As MPs, are you also planning to ask for some money for sensitization in this Ebola outbreak?
Is that question to Tungu?
To you the MPs, two of you MPs. So let me first, let me
The budget was already, the budget was done by the
NRM can bring a supplementary over
the 11th Parliament.
Yes, it was
so
done
we are
by
implementing a budget.
that's true, but
whenever
you can do a supplementary.
An epidemic like this comes by, that is an emergency. So there has to be an emergency budget. If it so happens that members of Parliament really want to sensitize the masses, and of course we really need to sensitize the masses.
You need the funds.
And there is need for resources. We shall not step back and say, now what will the country say that we need resources to do what? To sensitize our
Remember,
people.
they haven't given you money for the cars.
We shall definitely request for that facilitation so that we sensitize the masses. This is something serious. If Ebola hits Kampala like this, everyone, many people shall die. So we have to be concerned as leaders. We must be very concerned and sensitize our masses.
Honorable Chibanzango, would you be in need of these funds to sensitize your people?
Let me tell you, you say how many cases?
About 15 now.
And over 600 contacts.
If we have 15, we're having how many contacts now?
640 something.
And 60 something, 63 about there.
I can assure you, if it increases, then it will be an emergency. And when it becomes an emergency, districts are asked, especially some of us, border districts, to come up with the task forces. If they have not come up with them.
They have already started that.
They have already started. So an area like Bundibujo, which borders the Sick Man's Bay, and of course Kasese, and of course Ndoroko, will be required to come up with task forces, specifically for that pandemic. And a member of parliament, members of parliament, I'm getting this from experience. Members of parliament are members of the task forces.
That's true.
In their respective districts. But they are not funded by the district budget.
No.
Therefore, whether you like it or not, when we reach there and we come up with those task forces, and the members of parliament become members of the district task forces, others go to the regional, they will have to be facilitated to go and sensitize.
Why don't we get the funding from who?
The masses.
That has already given Uganda 100 billion shillings.
Who?
Who?
Now, do you expect an individual member of parliament to go to who? It is government of Uganda to put in the national coffers and then appropriate it to parliament, and then parliament facilitates it.
MPs.
Well, let us go into the first commercial break. Maganjo Bread Millers Feeding Nations. We shall be right back looking into issues related to Ebola, but also we shall take a deep dive into the State of the Nation address by the President tomorrow. Keep it LC Africa, the Content Factory. We shall be right back.
Mulimu ekimera ekyenjawulo era nga kijiddwamu omutindo ogusukkulumye. Eŋŋano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko, owoomerwe ne famiri yo ne ku mikolo gyo. Yimusa omutindo gw'enfumba yo, oyimuse essanyu lyo nga okozesa eŋŋano ya jiko. Ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Eŋŋano ya jiko evaamu ebyokulya ebiwooma nga byagalwa. Woomerwa akaseera konna nga okozesa eŋŋano ya jiko. Maganjo grain millers. Feed nations. Mu mutima gwa Uganda mulimu ekimera ekyenjawulo era nga kijiddwamu omutindo ogusukkulumye. Eŋŋano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko, owoomerwe ne famiri yo ne ku mikolo gyo. Yimusa omutindo gw'enfumba yo, oyimuse essanyu lyo nga okozesa eŋŋano ya jiko. Ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Eŋŋano ya jiko evaamu ebyokulya ebiwooma nga byagalwa. Woomerwa akaseera konna nga okozesa eŋŋano ya jiko. Maganjo grain millers. Feed nations. Mu mutima gwa Uganda mulimu ekimera ekyenjawulo era nga kijiddwamu omutindo ogusukkulumye. Eŋŋano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko, owoomerwe ne famiri yo ne ku mikolo gyo. Yimusa omutindo gw'enfumba yo, oyimuse essanyu lyo nga okozesa eŋŋano ya jiko. Ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Eŋŋano ya jiko evaamu ebyokulya ebiwooma nga byagalwa. Woomerwa akaseera konna nga okozesa eŋŋano ya jiko. Maganjo grain millers. Feed nations. Mu mutima gwa Uganda mulimu ekimera ekyenjawulo era nga kijiddwa
AFC, bring in all your businesses who have advertising space. We can also do outside advertisement whenever you want us to do that. Now, today we are looking into issues of Ebola, and I hope officials from the Ministry of Health are watching us. Please, that budget money for sensitization, LC Africa is here for you. We shall do the work. Now, Honorable Chivanzanga, you know, issues with funding, enough of our LCT no kwetega. As we come to the conclusion of this topic of Ebola sensitization, the President has been very keen on the prevention measures that must be infected by the stakeholders, you political leaders involved. There are several voices that are saying that their children are at risk being at school during this Ebola outbreak period. How would you, what do you say about that?
I think the Commander-in-Chief is monitoring the situation. And this monitoring involves knowing how many people are affected now in Uganda. You said how many?
15.
And then the contacts. The moment that they reach a certain number, whereby the Ministry of Health advises the President that is reaching a number which is unmanageable, they will advise the President to deal with concentration points.
Centers.
Concentration points, I mentioned the others, but also schools are there. Schools, universities, tertiary institutions. The President will be able to say, okay, we close the schools. But for now, I think the President and the Minister of Agriculture, they think the situation is still manageable. They can handle.
Ministry of Health.
But they are monitoring keenly. When the contacts reach a certain number, whereby it is becoming a pandemic, they will have to advise us and reduce on the concentration points. Have they stopped the weekly markets?
No. Yes, they
monthly?
stopped. They stopped the markets.
Weekly or monthly?
No, those markets were stopped. You remember even the market in...
Only the border markets.
On the border markets.
So now they have started with the markets and the funerals and I think churches
But they
in
can't stop
specific areas. like border areas, and I think I had Kasanda and Mubende. But if it reaches a certain number where it is becoming unmanageable, the president will be able to advise us, and then we form district task forces in suspected or affected districts.
Honorable, Kasese is one of the areas with so many markets.
Which is bordering Congo.
And it's bordering Congo. You have the market in Kasindi, you have one in Chitroma, you have another one in Mariba. If those markets are still open, isn't it a threat to the public?
Just like Honorable said, the monitoring is what is very important. Monitoring cases that have been identified, monitoring movement of those cases that have been identified, but I'm not so certain or sure that the Ministry of Health is keeping an eye on those over 660 people, or whether they are at large and moving the way they want. But given that that is being done with the unit in Kasese that is monitoring Ebola, I'm very sure, I am almost 100% certain that it can be managed. However, if it escalates beyond the 15 that are really said to be having Ebola, and they are bedridden for Ebola in different districts. For example, if Kasese has not had any case as per now, so that is why the markets are still operational, except the entry point, that's the border. But if we see that we are getting to 10, then the next day 15, then the next day 20, then that means all markets should be what? Should be closed. But as for now, the entry point where the market, the large market is, which borders the two countries, where people from Congo come to Uganda and go back in the evening, that one is closed in operation.
Well, we are having some comments come through. This is Mubingwa Jeffali from Kasese. He says, all the best, Honorable Sarah, all the best in this your journey. Chinabiro David, I think this one is from Bundibujo. He says, greetings to my most loved MP Taban.
Oh, dear Chinabiro,
we are extremely
David.
happy to have you, Mzee. It's me, King David.
You make me proud, David.
Then JF Muhindo says, well done, LC Africa. Keep sending in your comments. We shall read them out. Now, tomorrow, the head of state, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, will be addressing this country for the first time since he sworn in as the 9th president. He's still the 9th president for another 8th term. And this is his first State of the Nation address. And he will be addressing the Parliament of Uganda and the entire country tomorrow at 2 p.m. And now we want to look into issues of Rwenzori. These MPs, one representing Bundibujo, and Ntoroko was cut out of Bundibujo. You will represent the interests of Ntoroko people today. And then Honorable Sarah will look into the interests of Kasese people. Now, the president is addressing us tomorrow. And we believe that the people from State House, or even the president is watching this show, which specific issues would you want the president not to miss to talk about in the interest of the people of Rwenzori that voted him overwhelmingly? Because I understand there is no opposition MP in the entire Rwenzori, in that entire stretch. Is that right?
No, the 11 of us are all NRM.
Perfect. Start from there, Honorable Taban.
Thank you so much. It is a constitutional mandate for the president every year to address the nation in a speech codenamed as a State of the Nation's address. Every beginning of a new parliament, the president, the constitution gives the president the mandate to come and address the nation in a speech codenamed the State of the Nation's address. This is where the president tells the nation what he has been doing for the last 1 year and what he intends to do for the coming year. And the people of Rwenzori, specifically the people of Ndara, the people of Bundibujo, have been monitoring the performance of the NRM in as fathers service delivery to the mountain people, service delivery to the mountain people is concerned. The State of the Nation's address, the President speaks in broader terms. For instance, he will say, last year we built so many primary schools, so many secondary schools, so many health centers. The country was hit with, and then this is how we handled it. We purchased so many, we opened so many roads. We added so many kilometers. We provided electricity to the community in broader terms. But now, he addresses Parliament. And some of us who come from specific areas, we extract what we got from his administration and brief our people. Now, after the State of the Nation's address, Parliament they will be given 2 weeks to debate the President's State of the Nation's address.
Yeah, that's true.
You enrich it, you disagree with him, and advise on how to go about issues that are really affecting your people in your respective areas. So we shall spend 2 weeks discussing, debating the State of the Nation's address. Critique it, construction criticism, advise the President, and also paint a picture of your constituency so that it can fit within the State of the Nation's address as we move forward. So it is a constitutional mandate of the President to address the nation on what he has been doing, on what he thinks he intends to do for the next financial year.
Now, that notwithstanding, Honorable.
And it is followed up by also the budget speech. Now the budget speech is in detail.
Yeah, it will be on 11th.
How he's going to use the budget to implement, first of all, the NRM manifesto to fulfill his promises that he will give us tomorrow in a State of the Nation's address. Specifically for Rwenzori and Joe, I wanted to hear about our roads in the mountains. I want to hear about hospitals in the mountains. I want to hear about schools in the mountains. I want to hear about electricity in the mountains. And specifically, the presidential pledge
of the district
of alleviating Bugandara County to a district status. For us, we may not even listen to other things. Because don't give me a fish to eat. Simply teach me how to fish. And Bugandara is teaching us on how to deliver services to our citizens.
So even when reacting to the State of the Nation address in Parliament, you will stand and
it will be my first comment, my first critique. I said the pledge.
The pledge.
The promise. The grand
of
promise
the district
of the President to give the mountain people of Bugandara a district status. But the President is aware of it. And I know it is in his state.
But it's also not wrong to remind him.
No, it's not wrong. He's handling so many things.
You keep reminding.
The President is watching the entire country, and the entire country, then the region I mean East Africa. From there, he's watching the entire of Africa. From there, he's relating it to international politics. So he's a busy man. You can't expect him to continue thinking about Bugandara. Bugandara becomes a drop in an ocean. And therefore, you member of Parliament from Bugandara, it's your duty and responsibility and the mandate of the people to continue reminding the President of his pledges. If the President does not fulfill his pledges in your respective area, then you have failed as a member of Parliament.
Well, Honorable Sarah, are you coming to Parliament when the President has several pledges in Kasese, revival of Kilembe mines?
Kasese is also waiting for split. But Sarah, do you support a split?
Yes, I do.
Construction of the airport, the district split.
Okay, fortunately.
What are you expecting from the President tomorrow?
Thank you. Fortunately, as NRM, we had an induction prior to swearing in. And that induction was done in Chankwanzi. And we were given an opportunity to sit in 2 clusters of regions to bring out our issues, the most immediate issues that you'd want the president to talk about. Luckily, you've asked me this sweet question of what would you want the president to talk about tomorrow in that State of Nation address. One of the issues Kasese is facing right now are the infrastructure problems, the roads, both the lowland and the high altitude mountain roads. As a team, we sat and said we could have a Rwenzori road.
He was part of the meeting.
Yes, he was.
Of course. That's Rwenzori
That
You have resurrected
road,
the Rwenzori caucus.
yes, that Rwenzori road would support us to open up that mountain area, but it would also come into the lowland. So that the mountain area, you see, we have so many threats in that area. Security. Whenever there is security problems, they will talk about Rwenzori. That is where the enemy comes in from. But when we have that Rwenzori road, we shall have sorted one of those issues of security, because more investment shall be up there, especially the tourism investment, and that means more visitors, more activity, and that means less of security threats. So we want to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Promote tourism and ensure that we have security in the mountain and that road comes up to Katwe side. Then also another issue, like you had said, is the airfield. That airfield has been coming in the NDP1, NDP2, NDP3. Like, it has been consistent all the time. They say they are going to work upon it. But the time is now. We really need that airfield, like yesterday. We really need it. It connects Fort Portal, it connects Chivale, it connects Barara, Ishaka, Congo, and that area of Chigezi. Because to go to Chihihi, you have to come
And Rwanda, by the way.
and Rwanda. So if it is elevated and made something bigger, maybe not even an international airport, but something more than an airfield with bigger aircrafts landing there. I'll give you an example. For me to come to Kampala with an aircraft from Kasese, and there is no other client in Kasese, I have to pay for 2.
Yeah.
You have to pay for 2, which is unfair. But if we had bigger aircrafts and then lesser fares, we would have more people using that aircraft. We would have more business people bringing their things. You come to Kampala in the morning, in about 3 hours, you return back to Kasese. We would have more tourists coming in to Kasese and thus expanding our economy in Kasese. Because right now, the town of Kasese, via business is dead.
Actually.
It is dead. It's more businesses now at the border. And now when you analyze our business, you will see that the hotels are the ones now booming. That means tourism is the one which is holding us up now, which we want the president and the government of Uganda, plus our fellow MPs, to support us as people from Kasese to see that our airfield is elevated into a more productive airport. I may say airport, but I don't want to get there. The other third issue is the standard gauge railway. My dear, when you come from Mubende to Fort Portal, that road is doing badly because of heavy traffic on that road. All the large trucks abusing that road. These days in Kasese, you might move from the town up to Hima and you find trucks lining up. So many. If we have that railway, it will help us to unload the road, because all the fuel, all the goods going to Congo shall be on the railway, such that the road is left only for passengers, such all the goods are on the railway. And this railway will give more employment to our people. Of course, wherever there is a station, people will be employed. People will sell their goods to people moving on the train. If it goes up to the border, it will even help. Clearing and forwarding will be very easy, and more people shall get employment in clearing and forwarding. So as the president has always told us and promised us the railway, this is the time, Mr. President, to have the railway so that us, your bazukuru, who saw that railway when we were about 3 years, 4 years, we need also our children to see it. We need our grandchildren to see it, so that the stories our parents tell us, how the railway helped them to get their goods from Mombasa up to Kasese. Imagine you're not going through Kampala, your goods come from Mombasa up to Kasese without any interruptions. That would have helped boost our economic activities in Kasese. Lastly, but not least, one of the issues I would want the president to talk about is the Kasese being one of the largest districts now. Service delivery. Service delivery is very, very minimal. I may tell you, when I'm in Kasese town and I'm going to Weather West, I'll travel 60 kilometers to Chichol. If I'm going to the north, I'll travel 45 kilometers to Wesumbu. If I'm going to the south up to Katwe, I'm going to travel another 45 kilometers. That means the radius is about more than 200 kilometers.
So you're now talking about now the district split.
Wait, I'm coming. Now, that means traveling, me as the woman MP, to traverse my district.
44 sub-counties.
Yes, 44 sub-counties and over 980 villages. I am traversing the district, but I'm as if moving from Kasese to Mubende. You get it?
Yeah.
If I decide to traverse that whole district in a day, I will have traveled from Kasese to Mubende. Now, when you go into deep of the mountain areas, you'll find that some roads are not worked on due to the small budget. The road budget is about 1 million, but then the president, 1 billion, the president said he would top up and becomes 2 billion. I wouldn't mind if we had more road units. Already we have 4 DPCs. We have a regional police command.
We have 2 general hospitals.
We have 2 general hospitals.
That doesn't indicate that they must.
We have a mountain brigade. We have division commanders. That means the president has seen that this place is too large, you should have those divisions. In security-wise, so the security perspective should transform into the administrative perspective, such that when this district that is this big that how I've explained, should really be split. So that, one, we can handle the administration.
Split into how many, in your own opinion?
We can have these land issues settled. Much as district split may not directly handle the land issues, because Hason, if you're fighting with me for a land that we are neighbors, even though I split the district, you still fight with me.
Yeah, that's true.
For the land. But it can reduce on those issues of me, I am what, me, I am with this, and the other one is with this. So the issue of the number of districts comes to us, the administrators.
For your information, caucus, that the other caucus of the 11th Parliament had agreed to have 4 out of Kasese.
If they had agreed, and they have, of course, like us the new leaders have to follow up.
Yeah.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have to follow up on what is there.
That's true.
So if they had agreed and they had concrete reasons to why they should split into 4, there is no harm or there is no bad blood for me to accept what they had proposed. Because I don't have to disagree with the past leaders. Because I also build on what the past leaders have done, have proposed. So that is one issue I wouldn't want to miss in the State of Nation address.
Well, Honorable, this is Honorable Chibanzanga. This is a bit personal to you, the two. the president in Chankwanzi promised to give you 100 million. And he only advanced you with 20 million. Would you expect him to talk about your balance tomorrow?
No. Since it is a personal, why do we? Why do we? State of the nation is addressed to address the issues of the nation. Not addressing the personal issues now.
You don't want him to talk about your balance.
Your party. Those are issues of the party. And you can't bring the issues of a party into the national, you know.
But I've had several NRM.
When we go to the caucus, that's indiscipline. When we go to the caucus of our party, we can address those issues.
Because they are internal.
Well, as MPs that go to Rwenzori, you transit through Mubende and Mubende, Mitiana, Chegegwa. That
and
Kansanda. Are you worried about the state of that road?
Yeah, very much.
Man.
But you have not spoken about it.
I spoke about it.
What are you talking about?
I did. And I am very glad the MP for Bunyangabu, which is the district near Kasese, the woman MP, that is Sarah. I'm forgetting her second name. Honorable Sarah. When we were in Chankwanzi, she's among the people who rose up to talk about that road because it affects her. Our vehicles, like for example, as MPs, every weekend we must go to the constituency as per our schedules. Like you go into the constituency 4 times a month to and from. The wear and tear of that vehicle, I'm telling you. You will just replace the tires. You will replace everything monthly. How about other business persons besides us, the MPs?
That transit through everything.
Even the buses themselves, the Link bus, the Poko Poko, all those buses have issues because of the road. So really, Ministry of Works. And I am glad we have vibrant ministers that have been appointed. I'm really requesting that road should be a priority so that we don't lose so many lives on that road, and also so that our vehicles that are enablers to help us to do our work are in good shape.
Well, that whole axis has, for your information, has 8 ministers because Toro has 5 and Rwenzori has 3, so those are 8. So they should combine together and have...
Toro has 5?
Yes, Toro has 5. So as we come to the end of this show, Honorable Chibanzanga, and tomorrow being a State of Nation address, do you have a specific message that you want to send to your people in Bwendera?
Well, my people will request my people to tune in and listen to the president tomorrow.
No, they should watch LC Africa because we shall be relaying it live.
Yes, they should watch Lower Channel Africa so that they can get it from the horse's mouth. And of course, thereafter, we shall come here to explain the president's speech in detail. And as I have said, we shall be in Parliament for good 2 weeks, debating the State of the Nation's address. And I had you asking, Sarah, you have not talked about it. What I wanted to tell you is that we are NRM. When you are members of the NRM, you don't act like a member of the opposition. For us, we do more of visiting ministers in their offices and bargain for what is affecting our areas. Yes, once in a while you can stand up on floor of Parliament and speak. But there you don't attack. There you are devising. And you are making constructive critique of whatever is happening in those ministries. So you may not hear so much that we are making a lot of noise. But you are expecting to see much of the implementation in our respective areas.
Oh, wow. So that's how you do your things in NRM way.
Exactly.
And that is why we are very happy about having a Prime Minister.
Well, and this comment comes to you, Honorable Sarah. This is Benson Kikumbwa. Thanks for engaging with our MPs, and I'm pleased with the advocacy message they are sending to the public.
Thank
and
you,
I pray we
Chikumbwa.
abide to the precautions issued by Minister of Health and our leaders.
Very good.
Helen Masereka, great response on Kasese issues. Kikumba also says, I'm happy that the district woman MP for Kasese is giving priority to our broken roads. And I request her to give the Nkenda, Ibanda, Nyakalingijo road specific focus and follow up its tarmacking agenda already in pipeline.
It is actually in the...
I want to give you opportunity to say your parting shots as you give feedback to this.
Okay. That road, it is already in the budget, and I am sure, given that Honorable Sowed has been really working hard to follow it up, I will ensure that we handle together and we have that road implemented as soon as possible, by God's grace.
Your parting shots to the people of Kasese?
The people of Kasese, I want to thank you very much. Again and again, I will not stop thanking you for giving me the opportunity to lead as the woman MP from Kasese district. And I pledge to represent you well and ensure
this time
that...
they have not contested your results.
No one contested.
You are used to being contested.
You see, I won with over 24,000 votes. That was a really clear win. And I am very happy and excited that was it. And I thank you very much for listening to LC Africa. And I call upon all the people of Kasese, those living out of Kasese, and all Ugandans to always tune in to LC Africa for the latest about Rwenzori and other national issues. Thank you very much.
We are glad that we have hosted you today, Honorable Chibanzanga.
Of course, my message is a two-way traffic. When I listen to Sarah talking, I started asking myself, how come that it takes the people of Kasese to first talk a lot to get something? For instance, the split of districts in other areas. You don't even know where the district has been given.
You should carry your mattresses and take them to the door.
In Kasese, you have to talk and talk, even when something is bad. In fact, Rwenzori, you have to talk and talk even when the things is clear. Like the issues of the mountain roads, of the airport, really. You know very well that Rwenzori is a hanging fruit. If government can invest in Rwenzori, for instance, that airfield we are talking about,
to the airport,
upgraded, put helicopter pads in the mountains. It bores a tourist to move from here via Muvende. It takes almost 9 hours.
Even 10.
But then you rather go via Mbarara. Mbarara can take 7 hours. I'm in Nyamerangara. But if I pass here, and yet here, it is shorter. If I pass here with that bad road, and it has been there for almost 8 years.
True.
We have to talk until we get tired for someone to listen to us.
Get your mattresses, go to State House, and be at the doorstep.
We are not going to do that. We are all NRM. Rwenzori voted nicely this time.
Yeah,
100%.
all MPs from Rwenzori are
NRM. And therefore, we don't have to carry mattresses to go and sleep. It is our government must listen to us and deliver services to us. Otherwise, the delay of those delivering services to us, which are obvious, the split, Bugandra district, Sijue Rwenzori district, Katwe district, is another one, Kasese now, and is there Where district. It's about services nearer to our people. In fact, Sarah should be given the pay of 3 members of parliament. In fact, 4.
So even
if you can favor your police,
even the
every county has a DPC, and the Kasese itself is a division, and then you say Sarah manage it alone. Oh no, it is unfair.
44 sub-counties. How many sub-counties do you have in a constituency?
There are 14.
And you are getting the same salary with
even higher than her because I'm in the mountain. My mileage is high. So it is really unfair. Our managers, our national managers should listen to us. It does not get tired talking about the obvious. The last time I monitored Rwenzori was Rwenzori National Park. The way it is in the state of nature. It was contributing around 3 billion to the national coffers. Without Tukwini, without Chimale, without Semlik, Rwenzori alone. So why can't government invest in Rwenzori so that they can harvest more money? Rwenzori is hanging fruit. Facilitate the tourists to the mountains. You get more money. And then people will be paid 100 million per month.
Well, that has been the Rwenzori Focus for this week. We thank you for watching LC Africa, the Content Factory. Tomorrow we shall be relaying live the State of the Nation address by the President. And you have to keep all your tabs on LC Africa. I remain your usual host, Hason Mutunzi Bwambale. Until next time, keep it LC Africa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And good night.
Engano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko, owoomerwe ne famiri yo ne ku mikolo gyo. Yimusa omutindo gw'enfumba yo, oyimuse essanyu lyo nga okozesa engano ya jiko. Ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Engano ya jiko evaamu ebyokulya ebiwooma nga byagalwa, woomerwa akaseera konna nga okozesa engano ya jiko. Maganjo grain millers, feeding nations.